Philippines are gripped in campaign fever, and President Marcos is using every opportunity to fuel that fever in the run-up to next month's election. At a rally in Manila, his threats were almost apocalyptic. The opposition was working hand in hand with the communists, he charged. Opposition victory meant bloody civil war.
You and I, who have no gun, you, the civilians, who are not soldiers, we will be the first to suffer. Many of us will die. It will be a bloody civil war. And so we should not allow this now. When there is still time, when there is still opportunity, we must prevent the occurrence of a civil war in our country.
The Communist Party has called on its supporters to boycott the elections, but Marcos sees things differently.
We cannot trust the opposition, whatever they may say. They said they would allow the communists to come into government.
Whatever U.S. senators or the U.S. Army may say about the Filipino president's war record, the supporters at his latest election rally in Manila, he still appeared the hero. The president has always made much of his war record, claiming to have led a band of courageous guerrillas against the Japanese. But in the past few days, evidence has been produced in the United States apparently showing his claims to be false. Former veterans of the Philippines campaign have come forward to say they never heard of Marcos during the war. The revelations come at an ideal time for opposition candidate Mrs. Aquino, but she carefully avoided detail in a speech to the Manila Rotary Club.
The choice in this election is between a dictatorship founded on deceit, the Marcos program, and democracy founded on the freely expressed will of the people, the Aquino program. Mr. Marcos is determined to remain permanent dictator, come hell or high water. I am determined to stop him.
The president's campaign has been strong on criticism for his opponents and full of measures aimed at wooing the voters. Salary increases have been ordered for teachers and other government employees. Millions of dollars have been released for capital projects and land titles distributed to peasants and slum dwellers. President Marcos attacked the campaign promises of his opponent, Aquino, and accused her of being a communist sympathizer.
Kasi kami, ang perception sa tao, sinasabi kasi na nangurakot na si Marcos at wala ng pera, kaya mag-Cory na lang kami to change, for change. Ako naman, dahil nagliging leader ako sa barangay, yung utak ko, nag-convince na rin ako mag-change kami.
I was once a student in the University of the Philippines, Los Baños. Nung kabataan ko, halos lahat kami talagang anti-Marcos. Noong 70s, isa ko sa mga aktivista, sumali sa mga rally, mga protesta against Marcos. So, different mga places, doon ako. Kasi, during my college days, activist din ako eh. So, yun lang nag-umpisa hanggang pag-brook ng martial law, tapos kami, hinuhuli kami. Sa Davao kami noon.
From Marcos ang family namin. My father was working sa Malacanang for 2 terms. Sa Office of the President mismo, sa anti-graft siya. Nung nag-martial law nga, bago mag-martial law, iba ng takbo na nga, may sakit na presidente. Parang nagbumba na yung popularity niya. Doon ako nag-antay.
Nung nag-aral ako po doon sa Maynila, talagang magulo eh. Nung panahon ni Marcos, rally doon, batuhan, gano'n, kasali ako doon. Tapos nung People's Power, doon talaga may sa
So pag change pa, lalo naman hinuong lumala. na ang utang natin hindi nagbawas, wala ding project tayong nangyari.
Doon ko na-realize, after 2 years, mas malala pala. Kasi number 1 tayo nun sa Asia. Di ba? Tiger tayo nun. Talo natin sa Singapore, Vietnam ngayon. Ano na? Oh.
Kaya, nung pumalit si Cory, lalong gumuli. So sa tingin ko, wala rin itong mangyari nito.
So, nung nagbago nga ang senaryo, mas malala pala. Kaya, mas buti pa ibalik.
Pagdating ng mga dilawan, sabi ko, doon ako kasi baka ito na yung solusyon ng problema. Ilalong gumuli.
Diba? So,
among many Filipinos, many of whom feel he's still their president. Steve Mallory has this report.
The chant would have sounded like sweet music to Ferdinand Marcos had he been here. Several thousand people massed in a downtown Manila park to show their support for the deposed president and Arturo Tolentino, his running mate during the recent presidential campaign. They cheered Tolentino and denounced the new government of President Corazon Aquino. The crowd's feelings for Marcos were clear.
What back? Because I know he's still the greatest president we had here in the Philippines.
The crowd was small compared to what Marcos would have been used to, and apparently did not reflect the views of most Filipinos. But those at the rally remained loyal to Marcos, refusing to accept allegations of fraud and corruption made against him.
We did not flee the country because he wanted to do so, but because there was foreign intervention.
Despite the hidden wealth, we don't believe it, whether it's true or not. We don't care. He's still our president.
After the rally, the demonstrators peacefully marched through the streets of Manila.
Many of the organizers of these demonstrations are people who lost power when Marcos lost his. Now they're trying to get back a piece of the action, trying to let the Aquino government know that there's another voice in the country to be reckoned with.
We want Marcos! We want Marcos!
But despite what appears to be the significant popularity Marcos still enjoys here, very few believe he will ever return to power.
Tuhan, gano'n, kasali ako doon. Tapos nung people's power, doon talaga kami sa EDSA.
So pag-change pa, lalo naman hinuong lumala na ang utang natin hindi nagbawas, wala ding project tayong nangyari.
Doon ko na-realize, after 2 years, mas malala pala. Kasi number 1 tayo nun sa Asia. Di ba? Tiger tayo nun. Talo natin sa Singapore, Vietnam ngayon. Ano na? Oh.
Kaya, nung pumalit si Cory, lalong gumuli. So sa tingin ko, wala rin itong mangyari nito.
So, nung nagbago nga ang senaryo, mas malala pala. Kaya, mas buti pa ibalik.
Pagdating ng mga dilawan, sabi ko, doon ako kasi baka ito na yung solusyon ng problema. Ilalong gumuli.
Diba? So, bumalik na rin ako. Hanggang ako na naman din ang nangampanyang magbalik tayo ni Marcos. Ako ang nagkampanya noon during 1986, if I'm not forgotten, nangampanya ako nga mag-Cory kami. So, mag-change. Ngayon, na-realize ko, within that year, na walang project. Mas buti pa si Marcos, may San Juanico Bridge tayo na nakinabangan naming taga Bohol. Kaya hindi na kami mag-ano ng barko, marami na kaming mga means of transport nga makarating dito sa Bohol.
Yung biyaya ni Melda Marcos, yung Ministry of Human Settlements, yung project na pabahay, yung Blessed House and Project, isa ako sa nabibiyaan yun. Mga 1984 ata yun. 84. Ayan, 84. Malakas ang bagyo noon, no? Tapos, yung sirang bahay namin, tapos, yung sa Bliss Housing Project, doon kami nakatira. Doon kami nakatira hanggang ngayon.
May puso na, at saka may political will eh.
Kaya sabi ko, mas mabuti pa noon. At least from womb to death, take care noon eh. May family planning noon, kompleto. Ang ng program ng presidente noon. Doon ko na-realize na yun ang tama pala. Misinformed na ako.
If I were the president now, I would have taken advantage of the offer of the Communist Party of the Philippines to join the Batasan. You know, Teddy, very sincerely, I think, the President should consider legalizing the Communist Party of the Philippines so that they will be above ground. Give them an opportunity to discuss this openly, provided they disavow their aim to overthrow the government by force and violence. That's the only situation where I will not agree with them. But provided they are willing to abide by the rules of our political ballgame, the President should allow them to come in this parliamentary form. We have a Communist Party in France, a Communist Party in Italy, a Communist Party even in Japan. Why should we not allow these people? They go underground only because we're... Now, regarding the so-called links with the NPA, that is again a very broad term. Do I have contacts with them? I never denied that. When I was a Senator of the Republic, I've always gone out of my way to get in touch with every NPA personality in my province who would like to see me, because I felt that as a Senator of the Republic, I can only be effective if I will know what people are saying. I will be the most useless senator from Tarlac if I did not even know what was happening in my province. And I never denied this from the...
Mga kapatid, tayong lahat kasama na ating mga kapatid sa kilusan ng bobot loko-loko ay naniniwala na ang aking ina ang nanalo na sa eleksyong ito at siya na ang ating bagong Pangulo.
I understand you gave them orders to wait.
I told them to wait because
there are many civilians near our troops and we cannot keep on withdrawing. They asked us to withdraw yesterday. When I talked to Mr. Enrile, he said you talk to you, we withdraw a little.
My order is to disperse
We cannot
the crowd
withdraw all the time, Mr. President.
without shooting them. No, hold on. You disperse the crowd without shooting them. You disperse the crowd without shooting them.
Hi, Sir Perry. Ako pala si Patricia. Meron po sana ako mga questions sa inyo tungkol po sa martial law. Bakit po kayo sumali ng NPA before?
Alam mo, ganito yung Patricia. Kami mga estudyante noon, ng dekada 70, okay, sinasabi, na unang-una, naniniwala kami, mga bata, okay, na dapat, okay, maayos ang buhay dito sa Pilipinas. Ang aktivista is, ibig sabihin, moderato kami, gusto na nagmamarcha kami, naniniwala kami na dapat si Marcos ay baguhin niya yung sistema. Okay? Na dapat ang Pilipinas ay para sa mga Pilipino, hindi para sa mga Amerikano. Hanggang sa dumating ang panahon na the writ of habeas corpus ay sinuspinde, 1970, hanggang nung 72 nga, ay nag-declare ng martial law. At kaya nga naman ako'y namundok kasi ang tingin ko, sa pamamagitan lang ng himagsikan, mapapabagsak ang mapang-api na estado.
Yung perspective po kasi namin, nung pinag-aralan namin yung history, medyo negative po kasi yung dating. So, una sa lahat, wala pa po ako noon nung martial law. So, para po sa inyo, ano po ba yung martial law?
Alam mo, Patricia, sinasabi nga, winners rewrite history. When we say winners, pag panalo sa EDSA, sila, siyempre, yung nanalo sa EDSA, silang gagawa ng kasaysayan. Siyempre, sa aming panig, sinasabi namin, hindi kami sangayon dahil habang may martial law, kaya kaming basta't lusubin or whatever. Okay. Pero we taunted them. The NPA, okay, was the reason at naniniwala ako sa ngayon na yung aming kagagawan ay rason para mag-declare ng martial law. Kung ang martial law ay bawal o hindi tama, tinanggal na dapat sa konstitusyon yan. Yung lumang konstitusyon, nandun yung martial law. Konstitusyon ni Cory, nandyan pa rin sa konstitusyon ni Cory, 1987, ang tungkol sa martial law. Sinasabi nila si Apo, Hitler, Verdugo. Kung Verdugo ba si Apo, lahat dapat ng NPA, lahat dapat ng mga nag-rally-rally, na sumisigaw ng revolusyon, dapat pinagpapapatay na ni Marcos kung siya ang Verdugo.
Okay po.
Alam mo kung sino humuli sa akin at torture sa akin?
Sino po?
Metrocom PC. Sino bang boss nan? Si FBR. Gusto ko nga linawin ko anong ibig sabihin ng biktima ng martial law. Alam mo, ulitin ko, hindi dahil sa kayabangan. Graduate ako ng Philippine Science, nasa UP ako, NSTB scholar ako, nag-aktivista ako. Mulat ako. Kaya lang, mali ang basa namin. Nakala namin, pag namundok kami, kakampi sa amin.
Sir, sino po ang kandidato niyo for president?
Brad, ganito, no? Mas magandang tanong, among the candidates, sino ang may vision para iresolba ang problema ng ating bansa. Number 1, yung problema natin, yung mataas na kuryente. Ang bansa natin has the second highest